GARUDA Purana, chapter 31. Rudra said, O Lord, do thou again describe unto me the duration of the Lord of the universe, by which I may cross over the most difficult ocean of samsara. Hari said, O bull emblemed deity, hear, O great one, I will describe the duration of the Lord Vishnu, which yields the most auspicious emancipation and enjoyment. Having bathed and performed the rite of Sandhya, a worshipper should enter the sacrificial room, having washed hands and feet and rinsed his mouth particularly. He should assign the words of the principal mantra to his hand. Here, O Rudra, I will describe the principal mantra of the deity. Om Shrim Hrim, salutation to Shridhara Vishnu. This is the mantra of the Lord Vishnu, the King of the Celestials. It destroys all diseases, counteracts the evil influence of the planets, dissipates all sins, and gives enjoyment and emancipation. A learned worshipper should then make the assignment of the limbs. Om Ham, salutation onto the heart. Om Him, salutation onto the head. Swaha. Om salutation onto the tuft of hair. Vasat. Om Hem, salutation onto the coat of mail. Home, salutation onto the three eyes for shut. Home has salutation onto the weapon but I have thus described unto thee the mantra of the powerful Vishnu, having performed Nyasa, assignment of mantras. A self-controlled worshipper should make mudras. He should then meditate on the great Vishnu, Hari, white as the moon, or a kunda flower holding conch shell, and discuss hearing the mystic mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustava gem, and adorned with the garland of forest flowers, the great Ishvara, bedecked with a jeweled necklace and a crown, having meditated, I am Vishnu, he should perform the purificatory rite with the mantras Yam, Ksham, and Ram. He should mentally harden and form an egg, and then coat it with pranava. Then noble emblem deity, thinking of the form as described before, he should make the worship of self with sacred sweet scented flowers, then invoking spirit unto all the deities seated there, he should worship them with mantras. Hear them, O Mahadeva, O Shankara. O ye deities, come to the seat of Vishnu. Home salutation unto the entire family of Ashyuta. Home salutation unto Datra. Home salutation unto Vidaratta. Vidatra. Home salutation unto the Ganges. Home salutation unto Yamuna. Home salutation unto Shankanidhi. Om salutation unto the needy lotus. Om salutation unto Shanda. Om salutation unto Prachanda. Om salutation unto the presiding goddess of the gate. Om salutation unto the Adara Shakti. Om salutation unto the tortoise. Om salutation unto Ananta. Om salutation unto Shri. Salutation unto Dharma. Salutation unto knowledge. Salutation unto the spirit of this association from the world. Salutation unto religion. Salutation unto worldliness. Salutation unto poverty. Salutation unto sattva. Salutation unto rajas. Salutation unto tamas. Salutation unto skanda. Salutation unto Nila. Salutation unto the lotus. Salutation unto the solar disk. Salutation unto the lunar disk. Salutation unto the orb of fire. Salutation unto Vinata. Salutation unto Utkarshini. Salutation unto knowledge. Salutation unto action. Salutation unto disease. Salutation unto Prara. Salutation unto Satya. Salutation unto Ishana. Salutation unto Anugraha. With these mantras and scented flowers, these deities should be adored. Thereupon, having worshipped Vishnu, the author of creation and destruction, and invoked his spirit in the mystic diagram, O Rudra, the worshipper should worship the great Ishvara. O Rudra, this religion's rite of Vishnu destroys all sins. You should first of all make assignment of mantras in self and deity. He should then show mudra and afterwards offer arghya. Then he should bath the deity and next offer raiments and water for rising the mouth. Next, he should present scented flowers, incense, lights, and charu. Then, circumambulating the idol and reciting the name, he should dedicate it to him. A worshipper should also adorn his limbs with other mantras. Know this to be the principal mantra of the deity. Here, O three-eyed deity, I will now describe the other mantras. Om Ham, salutation unto the heart. Om Him, salutation unto the head. Om Hum, salutation unto the tuft of hair. Om Hem, salutation unto the coat of mail. Om Hum, salutation unto the three eyes. Om Has, salutation unto the weapon. Om, salutation unto Shri. Om, salutation unto the conch shell. Om, salutation unto the lotus. Om, salutation unto the discus. Om, salutation unto the club. Om, salutation unto the mystic mark Srivatsa. Om, salutation unto the jewel Kaustava. Om, salutation unto the garland of forest flowers. Om, salutation unto the yellow raiment. Om, salutation unto the sword. Om, salutation unto the mace. Om, salutation unto the nose. Om, salutation unto the hook. Om, salutation unto the sharanga bow. Om, salutation unto the arrow. Om, salutation unto Brahma. Om, salutation unto Narada. Om, salutation unto all the Siddhas. Om, salutation unto Bhagavan. Om, salutation unto the Perceptor. Home salutation unto the great perceptor. Home salutation unto Indra, the king of the celestials, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Agni, the king of fire, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Yama, the king of the dead, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Niriti, the king of Rakshas, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Varuna, the king of waters, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Vayu, the king of vital airs, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Ishana, the king of learning, his carrier and entire family. Home salutation unto Ananta, the king of serpents, his carrier and the entire family. Salutation unto Brahma, the lord of creation, his carrier and the entire family. Home unto Thunderbolt, home pat salutation. Home unto Shakti, home pat salutation. Home unto Road, pat salutation. Home unto the sword, pat salutation. Home unto the nose, pat salutation. Home unto the standard, pat salutation. Home unto the club, pat salutation. Home unto the trident, pat salutation. Home unto discus, pat salutation. Om Vam salutation unto Vishvakshena. With these mantras, O Mahadeva, his attendants and paraphernalia should be adored by men. Having adored the great Vishnu, identical with Brahma, he should chant the glories of the great and the K and Atma with the following hymn. Salutation unto the powerful Lord Vishnu, the God of gods. Salutation unto Vishnu, unto Vasudeva, the author of creation. Salutation unto Grass Vishnu, who lies at the time of universal desolation. Salutation unto the Lord of celestials and sacrifice. Salutation unto Vishnu, the Lord of Munis and Yakshas. Salutation unto the great Vishnu, the Lord of all gods and present everywhere. Salutation again and again unto the Lord of all adored of Brahma, Rudra and Indra. Salutation unto the Lord of the world who encompasses the well-being of all creatures, who protects all, who creates all, who destroys the wicked, who gives boons, who is of a quiescent soul, who is worthy of adoration, who is worthy of taking refuge with, who is manifest in his own form, and who gives religious profit, worldly profit, and desire. Having thus chanted his glories, the worshipper should meditate on the king Brahma in his head and should thus adore Vishnu, O Shankara, with the principal mantra. The man who recites this principal mantra goes to Hari, O Rudra. I have thus described unto thee the most excellent theme of Vishnu, mysterious, highly secret, and yielding emancipation and enjoyment. The learned person devoted to Vishnu who read this, listen to it, or makes other listen to it, goes to the region of Vishnu. Oh, so beautiful. Much love.